Who is the conference champion in the Big 12 conference?
All right, so we've done this for the Big Ten. We also did it last week, the ACC.
Yep, absolutely.
So, so this time it is Big 12. Big 12 country.
Time. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And we live in Big 12 country now. So it's time to go.
Yeah, it's going to be super surprising on who's going to be picked first in this conference. Just let's go ahead and first start with dark horse. Do you want to go with your dark horse? Or do you want me to go with mine?
I'll go with mine.
All right, roll it.
Okay, my dark horse in the Big 12 conference, I'm going to go with Kansas State. I really love this team, honestly. I do think that moving on from Will Howard, obviously he transferred out last year, is going to be really tough. They also lost a lot of talent on their offensive line. Their running attack, though, Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, adding on to DJ Giddens. I mean, I do believe that those three running backs are going to be giving defensive coordinators just nightmares all season long, trying to figure out how to contain those guys. Chris Kleiman, the head coach, he's just been an absolute center stone for this university this whole time. He knows how to get these guys ready every single week, week in, week out. He knows how to win, and he knows how to get the most out of every single one of his players. This was really tough because I was kind of back and forth on OK State and these guys. And honestly, there's a great chance that Kansas State makes me eat my words on this one because I do believe they're that good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they could very well be playing in the conference championship later this year.
So as far as my dark horse, what I got Oklahoma State. So the reason why I have them as a dark horse and not a runner up is they have some interesting road games. They have a tough road slate coming up their way with road games against BYU, Baylor, TCU, and Colorado. Those are all road games. I got them losing both to Baylor and Kansas State. They also have some interesting FCS game where they're playing South Dakota State.
Yeah, which is an FCS powerhouse.
Yeah, so South Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, that could be a trap game depending on their health.
Yeah,
some of those road games I got them beating BYU and Colorado, but I had them losing to Baylor and TCU on that. So there's 3 losses I think that the Oklahoma State could be getting this season. So for that reason, I got them as my dark horse.
Okay, I like it. I got them as my runner-up, obviously. Like you mentioned, this team does have a tough non-conference schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can power through that, they do have the advantage of playing Utah at home in Stillwater, obviously, which is fantastic. They were gifted that. Getting quarterback Alan Bowman back with another year under his belt. He played last year for him. Hopefully the game just continues to kind of slow down for him a little bit. And if he can continue to command the offense, he's got obviously the excellent running back in Ollie Gordon, who's just going to be an absolute weapon. And I think that if Bowman can get some of his passing attack going so the teams can't just singularly scheme against Ollie Gordon, it's going to open up a lot for him, a lot for Bowman as well. And another player that I really like is linebacker Colin Oliver. He's a converted edge player. He had a really good season last year. He plays linebacker now. Really kind of started finding his stride last year, and I think he'll be very much improved and kind of an anchor for this defense. So, and then obviously they got Mike Gundy. Yeah, I mean, the dude's a legend. He's the longest tenured coach, I think, in college football. But yeah, I got them as my runner-up in the conference.
Gotcha. So I'm going to flip that on you. I got my runner-up is going to be Kansas State. For a lot of the reasons you mentioned there, so I don't have a whole lot to give on this one. So you obviously stole all my notes on that one. So way to go. But one thing I do want to mention is that their hardest opponent is going to be at home, which is Oklahoma State. I do believe they don't play.
Yeah, Kansas State does not play Utah this year. I know that.
Yeah, so they're not playing Utah.
Yeah.
And their hardest other game, which would be Oklahoma State,
they have at home.
They have at home.
Yep.
They also play against Arizona at home. Which I think is going to be a sneaky team this year.
Arizona's going to be good.
So while they didn't make my runner up, I do have them pretty close there. I think they're going to be somewhere in the mix there, top of the conference. But yeah, but I think that's going to be a tough game for them. They do have DJ Giddens, which is one of the most intimidating running backs in all of the country, as far as that goes. And they're also getting Avery Johnson, who is with a quarterback rating of 142, and Dylan Edwards, running back from Colorado, who is ranked 140th overall in the country.
Yeah.
Across all players. Again, he'll likely play behind DJ, but that gives you some great depth on the running back position.
Yep.
And again, with the schedule that I'm seeing there, where they're not going to face Utah and their toughest other opponent is going to be a home game, I think they got a good shot at being a runner-up.
Yeah.
So that's where I got them.
No, like I said, I was kind of back and forth on it. It was super close. I went OK State.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into the winner of who we have as the Big 12 preseason prediction winner.
Surprise.
Yeah, shocking. I know, everybody.
I'm going to go with the University of Utah. I just got feel good feeling Utah's going to take the conference.
All right, run your reasoning.
All right. So I think a big thing here is Utah has done a great job of ignoring all of this preseason hype and recognition and predictions. And I think they're going to continue to do just that as the season kind of rolls up, right? I think they take the schedule 1 week at a time, handle business. I think some of the best part is prior to this season, as a Pac-12 team, you pretty much had to be undefeated to make a college football playoff. And that's really not the case this year. So not needing an undefeated season to make the college football playoff, I think is going to allow this team to play hard, take some chances. And some of those chances may pay off. Some of them may cost them a game, but the best part is if they can use some of these opportunities to continue to get better throughout the season and stay healthy. Big exclamation point, stay healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're healthy at the end of the season, I think they're going to be one of the toughest teams, not only in the conference, but I think in the country to beat. Obviously, Cam's back. Brant Keithy's back. We add Dorian Singer, who I think very well could be Cam Rising's top target this year. The defense is going to be loaded. Lander Barton's back. Teo Johnson's ready to take the step, and he's ready to be the next big cornerback out of the U that goes to the NFL. Dude, I am just so excited. I cannot wait for Utah football to start.
Yeah,
it can't start soon enough.
A little less than 3 weeks at the time of recording.
Yeah,
so it's going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, I have Utes winning the conference as well. Again, with Rising under center and Brant Keithy back as well from his injuries, I say those were the only 2 missing pieces from this team repeating last year.
Yeah,
when it comes to Dorian Singer, he did have 283 receiving yards last year, 24 receptions, 3 touchdowns, and was the 8th ranked receiver in the portal last year. Really broke out for Arizona in 2022 with over 1,100 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. I think he's, I think they're going to be coming into the conference title game with 1 loss. I think they're only going to have 1 loss this year.
That 1 loss at Oklahoma State.
Exactly. Oklahoma State, and CBS Actual Sports has them as the class of the conference, quote unquote there. So, yeah, I like the Utes' chance to win the conference being the first year in. So we definitely look forward to that.